Okay, so the lighting is really bad for this, just because it's all backlighting. But I wanted to today turn my back to the camera. No. Hey guys, doing a vlog. Today I'm talking about. Just tuck that over there. Today I'm talking about my model railroad and some of the stuff that's been going on with that. Yes, I am building another model railroad. So, and I do apologize for the bad lighting. It's morning, windows, blinds, lights coming in there, and this is actually being recorded on one of my live streaming web cameras, and I can't move it any further than that place, so you'll just have to bear with me. So I'll just dress up as bears. So, yesterday I spent most of the morning rearranging the entire living room. We used to have a TV sitting here, big bookcase. We still have this keyboard. It's junk piled on top of it. Still kind of here, but this is going to be the space that I have for my model railroad. And I'll be building it in N scale. I even have one of my, because I got a black locomotive, one of my little N scale locomotives sitting here. I did a little proof of concept with some Kato track last night, set up a loop, hooked it up to a computer that I have sitting here, and my roommate and I had two locomotives we were just driving back and forth on our phones through JMRI, which, if you're watching this, yes, this layout, it will be connected to the WeberNets, and I'll probably do some online op sessions occasionally. But that's like way down the road because I'm not even going to start building this layout probably until October, maybe the end of November, maybe December. Really depends on where money falls. But I want to talk a little bit about the layout, the track plan, and everything. So far there's no track plan. I've been kind of throwing around some ideas. I'm waiting for this stuff here to get more cleaned up. But I'm actually, as I'm saying this, I have some general ideas. The layout is going to be, it was originally just going to be a little switching layout. And I was just going to mount some L brackets on the wall, but I'm thinking flexibility, no L brackets, do open girder construction on it, which is something I've never done before. But I think we'll make the layout much lighter, which will make it easier to move. And it's going to be, again, I'm going to do a semi-modular. So there's actually going to be one section that goes from here to about here, and then a section here, just a little section for this curve, because there's actually a small bend in the wall, and then comes a little further out here. Now the layout's not going to be this high. I'm actually going to be building it under this. I'm going to be working around this mantle above the fireplace. And the plan is to do kind of a dog bone shape. But instead of having return loops at the end, which was a thought at one point, I decided I was going to come along here and then turn. This section it'll be fairly tight. It's going to be about a 2-foot square section. Well, it'll be rounded off, but a 2-foot extension, and it'll come out to be a nice little gradient coming down and around, tucking underneath to a 3-4 staging yard hidden underneath. And when I say staging yard, it's just going to be, I'm going to park trains. I'm not going to be doing like fiddling and really advanced staging that you might see on other model railroads, but just enough to store all my trains. And they'll be fairly long since it's going to run probably from about here to about here. So I'll be able to put, that's about I'll be able to put a 6-foot long manifest on there, which I won't be running that. We'll be running, short little 6-car locals. Because this is going to be just like a short line based railroad, just completely fictional. It'll come back up, but it'll come back up around this way and have some industry sitting up here, maybe a little yard, probably a stub yard. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to build the yard yet, but I definitely want to have a yard because the 3 things I thought of when I did was as I'm coming up with this plan is I want realistic operations, which includes yards and industries. I want continuous running. So I can put a locomotive on there and just have it go around all day long because that'll amuse my roommate. And I want to have staging, so I had that under track staging. And 4th thing is I want flexibility. That's why it's going to be built on 3 separate frames, but they're just going to be merged. It'll just make it easier that in the event that I move again, I can cut it in a known location, unbolt it, move it to a new spot, and either put that same section back in or build a new section and expand the layout there. So it's going to be I have a rough sketch, actually at my desk at work, of the framework. But that's definitely something that's like on my mind. But no, but then the train will come along and it'll tuck back over. So realistically, it's only going to maybe be about this wide, maybe about a foot wide, right over here. Which means I could easily have a chair sitting here working the yard, right? And my roommates can still, go from the kitchen to the living room to their room. The only tight spot will be right here. There's a chair here, and the layout will be here. And another spot where it's not really going to be tight because it's only going to come out here in the back of the couch. But I mean, But yeah, so I'm really excited because I talked to my roommate and he was on board with it. I then moved all this stuff, did that little proof of concept, and he was like, "Oh, this is relaxing. It's fun." I'm like, "Yeah, well, imagine now if we were to build the whole thing bigger, you could just sit there and go." Because I got him hooked up with JMRI on this phone, using Y throttle, and he was like, "Oh," he figured it out pretty easy. So once it's built, I'll have it plugged in and running most of the time. He can just come home and circle burn if he wants. And as for the virtual op sessions, I'll probably rig up another one of these cameras, or just this camera itself, to the computer that'll be running it, and probably have one or two cameras on it for those. Now, why not have a camera on it all the time? Well, because the layout is in the living room. There are other people who live here. If it was just me, yeah, sure, I would put a camera in such a way that I could walk around the house naked and not see it. But there are other people here, and I don't want to risk that kind of stuff. So one of the other things that I'm thinking of doing, and I as I said, I posted some pictures of it. I had the Kautotrek. Now, I'm not going to be using Kautotrek for the layout. I'm just using it as kind of test fitting everything. I had the Kautotrek loop like this, and then I had a grain elevator into straight, and then I had one track that went right here for a fiddle yard extension that might also be put on there. So that's definitely in the planning stages. Yeah, that's all I really can think of at the moment. Things that need to get done for the layout. I need to actually finalize a track plan because I'm going to be doing open girder. So it's all going to be boards and risers with a strip of plywood and track on top of it, roadbed and track on top of that. And the reason I'm doing that, I've always wanted to try it, and I always think it looks better. If I were to do just a couple legs and a piece of plywood on top of it and have a flat layout, and it'd make planning and everything easier because I just go boom and then fiddle around with it. But I feel like if I'm going to be doing open girder, I need to do a lot more thought and consideration because I'm going to be cutting wood in the shape of where the track's going to go. So it's going to be a lot more work. And that's why I'm saying I got October, I've got the Las Vegas Renaissance Fair that I'm going to be at, and November I'm running the Crossroads event at the AmpGuard Crossroads event down in Arizona. So it's like I got a lot of shit on my plate. So it's definitely something I sit there and say I'm probably not going to start till October or November, blah blah blah. I might on Friday just pick up a couple of 1x4s. I'm going to use thinner 1x4s just because, again, light and portability. I'm in an apartment. I'm not in a house, so I'm going to be here for 10 years. I want to be able to, we can't afford this place anymore, or this place is not working for our living situation. Cool. Take it apart, move it someplace else, and set it back up. That was the problem I had with my last layout, is it wasn't portable. It wasn't portable in the sense that I thought it was going to be, and it wasn't flexible enough to really be moved into different living situations. And now the AC is kicking in, and I'm going to hit the button to turn that off for a few minutes. Which means it's going to get hot in here, but I'm going to turn that back on when I'm done recording because there's a vent right above the camera. So as I was coming up with this plan, I figured if I made it semi-modular, I could easily break it down and move it to different layouts, making it easier to keep. Now, if you followed along and you know my Saginaw subdivision route that I was building for a long time, that's out there. I still like that track plan. I really like that track plan. It had its flaws, but I'm pretty sure that, you know, if I build this and learn more things on this new layout that's going to go here, which is just going to be a generic short line, you know, Michigan-based railroad. If I take lessons learned from this design, say 5-10 years, if I have a house of my own, a place where I know I'm not going to be moving anytime soon, you know, maybe in a better job position, whatever, revisit it and look at what worked on that and what didn't work on that, and go from there and rebuild it then. But one of the things I'm going to be doing is once I actually start building this, I will make one of my live stream nights build nights. I'll probably put a camera there, put chat up on another computer screen, and because I have, like I said, I got a computer sitting right here that's running a Run 8 server, it's running the Jamurai, and it's doing a couple other things for home automation shit. I'll probably have that with the chat up, so when I'm doing a live stream of building a layout, I can be like, hey, I'm cutting this piece of wood. Oh, thanks for the donation, thanks for the sub, thanks for the follows, all that kind of cool stuff. So, definitely something that I'm going to talk more about as it gets closer, but for this vlog, I'm just throwing ideas out there like my mind was blown, because here's what happened. I made that vlog a couple weeks ago kind of complaining about not having any space in my apartment, and then about a week later, my roommate's like, oh, I'm going to be rearranging the living room. I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm like, okay, cool. And I got thinking, well, if he does this, if he moves this bookshelf that's here and got rid of that, I could easily fit a model railroad here. And then what does he do? He buys a second one of those bookshelves, because his original idea was just keep the one here and put another one over there. And I'm like, bro, you've got like 5 of these things. Let's better utilize the space. And I talked to him, and he's like, oh, well, that makes sense. That's a good idea. I kind of went off on him because I was having a bad day. But, you know, I needed to you know, vent to him and communicate with him the issues I was having. So I then said, I'll rearrange the living room and build this. So I rearranged the living room, and I'm just going to take this camera and, like, look at this. This is actually, it's still a mess because they have a lot of stuff, but I mean, that's just such a better setup now. That is such a better setup. Such a better setup now. But yeah, so we'll be I didn't put the camera in the right spot, did I? That worked. So yeah, now having a layout is going to be awesome. He's on board, I'm on board, his wife's on board. Modular design, easy to move it around. So we're definitely on track for that. There'll be a lot of, I'll be doing a lot more. You know, I still stream every Friday night, doing the Run 8 stuff. I stream on my Twitch channel, Kazik_Fairwind. Same username here as YouTube. If you want to follow along on there, I'll probably when I do the Model Railroad live stream, do it to both YouTube and Twitch. I've been primarily focused on only streaming on Twitch. I'll probably set something up with YouTube as well. I don't know. It's a lot of, here's the list of things we could do. What can we do? What do I want to do? And what is going to be awesome to do? So, a lot of brainstorming. And this vlog, you know, talking about this is just me saying, hey, I figured shit out. I'm working on shit. It's awesome. I'm feeling much better, you know. We're making progress towards having a model railroad. And this is just, if I was doing a model railroad like build update videos, this would be like video 0 of talking about stuff. There'll probably be a couple more videos of me talking about the model railroad. Definitely on my Twitch streams, if you want to pop in and be like, even if it's on the Friday night Run 8 ones. The Friday night, I heard something weird behind me. The Friday night Run 8 ones, you know, come in and talk model trains. We'll spitball ideas. I'm open to those kinds of conversations. As I said, I also stream other games on Twitch as well, so that's kind of why I'm sitting there thinking, well, if I'm going to do the model railroad stuff, do it on YouTube as well, because I know there's a couple other people who do it. But I also know that I don't have a lot of followers on Twitch, and I've had a lot of subscribers on YouTube, and I want to get more people on Twitch, just because that's a platform I'm using more consistently for live stuff, and I'm using YouTube for the recorded vlog stuff like this. But with that said, with the model railroad coming, I will be making my switch back to model railroad videos on YouTube. So if you subscribe for that kind of stuff, hey, it's coming back. If you subscribe and you're like, oh, I saw this one model railroad video and it was awesome, I'm going to subscribe to you. Oh, wait, you got a bunch of video game stuff. What the hell, dude? Why? Remember that my YouTube channel is my creative outlet, and I just throw all my creative crap out there. So I make the kind of stuff that I want to watch. I like watching, gameplay videos. I like watching model railroad videos. And I was doing the live stream on YouTube for the Distant Worlds expedition. I recorded it there just because that was freaking awesome. So, what else? What else do I have to say about the layout, about everything? I think that's it. I think I'm going to call this a vlog and start uploading it. I'm happy with the outcome of this recording, I hope. Is there anything else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I thought about that I want to talk about, and I can't think of it. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll probably do another vlog in a couple weeks or whatever, but I will definitely be posting a video once the layout actually starts getting constructed. I'll probably do a live stream of like, hey, look, I'm putting nuts and bolts together, yay! Probably what will happen is the layout building streams will be on like Tuesdays, like during the afternoon, just because that's my day off. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my day off, and no one else is home, so I can easily set up a couple cameras and some mics and stuff. So, but again, nothing set in stone, like time and date wise on that kind of stuff. This is just spitballing. We've got the whiteboard. We're drawing up our ideas, and I'm throwing that out there. If you got a comment about like, hey, yeah, definitely do the stream, I would watch, let me know. I'm open to that kind of stuff. Anyways, later.